I've seen on your TikTok and your reels that you be going to that Nike outlet store.
Yeah.
I'll go there and I don't see any shoes I like. Like, it annoys me every single time I go there. But you go there and make a profit out of it.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about how that process works?
The chances are, if you go there and there's nothing there, someone like me is taking all the shoes. Like I don't do it as a full-time thing. To be fair, I mostly go to the Nike outlets for fun. Like of course, it's part of my job. For me, it's like a fun little day out, and I make content out of it. I was doing it before I made content. So you go to a Nike outlet, you might get a tip off, you might see someone else has posted a shoe that's at the outlet, or you might just go randomly. And then you'll look through the shoes. Then hopefully the goal is to find, a shoe with a lot of them in stock. You see it there for maybe an Air Max. You might see like an Air Max 97 there for £70. You go search on eBay. On eBay it says they're selling for 120, 130, 140. So then you work out the profit, get as many pairs as you can. Normally it's 5 per person. And then you buy them, you take them home, list them on eBay, list them on Depop, hopefully make 40, £50 a pair. And if you do that once every 2 weeks and you're able to keep, the cash flow going, that's a good little side hustle where you're making like £200 every week or £100 every week. Yeah,
no, for sure. That's just so smooth. Next time I go there, I'm just going to be on the lookout. But what about for those, would you say you need sneakerhead knowledge per se?
No, you could literally, you need a little bit of knowledge, not sneakerhead knowledge. So when you go to Nike outlets, it's not going to be hype stuff. It's not going to be Jordan 1s. Yeah. Like if so for example, when I was growing up, Air Max 95s, Air Max 97s, they were always like a staple. Like someone's always going to want to wear them. Like Air Max 1s, someone's always going to wear them. Air Force 1s, someone's always going to wear them. So you need to think of what shoes people actually wear. That's one way of doing it. So like the main Nike models people always wear. And another thing, if it's cheap enough, someone will buy it. Like I've gone to a Nike outlet and got shoes for £10, like adult shoes, like men's shoes. And I don't know if anyone wears them, but I know I can sell them for £20. Like someone's going to buy them. There's definitely some money to be made at a Nike outlet, but you can watch someone like me who flips stuff, or you can just go yourself, learn by trial and error. But if you're going trial and error, just stick to like the cheaper stuff, I would say.
Do you have any courses?
I did have a sneaker reselling one, which is mainly teaching people how to go to the Nike outlet. But I made that course in 2019, so I've taken it down so I can update it.
Oh, you're gonna?
But I'm not gonna sell that course again. The updates are going to be for the people who already have the course. The course is from 2 years ago, so most of the stuff is still relevant, but it's not something I could sell to this day. Like it needs updates before.
Definitely. No, it's good, and I like that honesty, because some people out there will just
keep it going. The thing is, it was still getting sales as well. It was still getting sales, but the last sale it had, like I put on my story like maybe 5 months ago, I said, this course is coming down. If you buy it now, anyone who has it now is going to get the update, but it's coming down today.
That last day must have.
Yeah, obviously it made a decent few sales. It made a decent few sales.
Yeah, that's smooth. That's smooth. Also, I wanted to talk about. Okay, I feel like in today's day and age, we're in an information era where there's so much things, it's just there available to you. So metaverse has come out, so there's ways you make money in the metaverse. There's NFTs, there's crypto. How have you taken this approach of, cool, I'm making content about, personal finance and whatnot, but how do me as a investor, how do I decide which ones to stay away from and not get into the hype or not use recency bias? Is it focused? How do you?
So like you say, invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. Stuff like NFT and crypto, I'm fairly new into it. Like I've only been in it for just over a year. So I'm a new investor to it. So I will pay for other people's knowledge. So I'm in groups where I pay to be in, where they're basically doing the analysis for me. Yeah. So I'll let them do the analysis. Then obviously I'll do my own due diligence on it as well. Then I'll decide, okay, so is this something that I think is worth investing in? I try not to you can get swept up in the hype, especially with NFTs and metaverse, like fear of missing out. If you've seen one coin one day go up 1,000%, the next day everyone's looking to find the next one. It's not going to happen the next day. It might happen in 6 months. It might happen in 2 months. But if you've invested all your money into the coin the next day, the people who have who saved their money back and waited 6 months to an actual good project, they're the ones who are going to make the money. So I use other people's knowledge. I pay for other people who have better knowledge than me, really.
Yeah, no, and that's a really good point that you've brought up, because even with me as well, I understand that I'm not the master of everything.
Yeah.
I do what I do best, and then I pay everyone else what my weaknesses are. So in terms of crypto, if I want to get advice or some guidance, then I've got them people there that they actually dedicate their whole lives to this crypto stuff. So that's where I learn from, and I feel like people need to just drop their egos and just be learning.
You can't be an expert of everything. Like Richard Branson had how many different businesses under Virgin? Do you think Richard Branson knew how to fly a plane? Like he knew he was bringing the brand in, and he let the experts handle the rest. Like when I used to work for the train company.
Oh yeah, Virgin.
Yeah, so it got taken over by Virgin, but what happened? It merged with another company, and Richard Branson came. I met Richard Branson when he done like a little conference. They bring some people there, and he's pretty much just like he don't know anything about trains. Like he don't care about trains. Like I'm an engineer. The door, I think on the way back, the disabled door of the toilet wasn't working properly, and then one of the CEOs was like, what's wrong with this door? And then like we were telling him what's wrong. He just said, fix it. He's like, he don't care what happens behind it. He's the CEO of the company. Like, he don't need to know how that door works. He pays us to know how that door works. So, if you can have people on your team or pay for people, no shame in paying for a course, paying for a Discord group, paying for a Telegram. Like, have people in your network that can give you that information.
Yeah, no, that's so powerful. It's just good to always be learning. And like I say, education does not stop when school ends. Like, education is forever. Because if you stop, then you'll just be left behind, obsolete. All your skills will be obsolete because we're not ever changing world. So I feel like, again, paying for information, don't feel any shame in doing so. Yes, when I was 15, you might have all the time in the world to scavenge the internet and find all the pieces. But I see that as like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah,
just
you're taking more time to learn the same information someone else is paying £100.
But direct.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're 15 and you ain't got the money, and finding things on the internet, like it's like using your initiative. So I rate that. But when you're getting to the big ages where you have jobs already, why are you spending 10 hours researching online when you could have just paid £50 for someone's group or someone's course? It's not a scam. Like, everyone who's selling the course is not scamming you. They're taking their knowledge, they're packaging it up into the best way where you're going to learn in the most efficient time. Like, as a busy person, I don't have time to learn everything on YouTube. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'd rather just pay for someone else to do it.
Exactly. That's what you make that transition. You realize when you got things going on, when you got businesses running, you can't just be out here just giving your time freely to whoever.
Your time is worth something. Your time is definitely worth something. Yeah,
definitely. And I think I heard you say something about on another podcast about working out. For any side hustle you work out the time. If you can explain.
Yeah, so obviously it depends on what situation you are in life. If you're a uni student, you might have a bit more time on your hands. And if you're a uni student, you're probably going to be working for maybe close to £10 an hour, maybe less. So I would, if I'm starting a side hustle, if it's one that's going to pay out straight away, like this side hustle that pay out straight away, I'd work out, okay, so where's the maximum I can earn from that a month, and how many hours do I have to put into that a month to get that maximum, and then I'll divide that to see how much it works out per hour. So if you're a uni student and you're finding a side hustle that pays you maybe £8 an hour, and you'd get paid £9 an hour at a restaurant, you just got to think you're at home, in the comfort of your own home, you can do it at your own time. So taking that £1 less might actually be beneficial to you. But on the flip side, you could be working for £15 an hour doing a side hustle. So you can work it out, as long as it's not too low, it's not below how much you're willing to take, then you can work it out that way. Yeah,
and finally, what I would like to go on to is, some of those may want to increase their credit score. What tips and tricks did you use to build your credit score? And you can share some.
Okay, so I would say I built my credit score at first by accident. I didn't know I had a bad credit score. No one ever told me how to check a credit score. I think I probably first checked my credit score at 20 when I was looking to buy my house. I had poor credit when I bought my house.
Oh, wow.
Like my credit was in, you see on Experian, it was just below the middle.
So not fair, but what's before fair? I forgot what's before fair.
Maybe it was fair, but at the bottom end of fair, or like the top end of whatever below fair.
Yeah.
My credit was bad. My wage was so good, it didn't matter that my credit was bad. But then that made me realise, why is my credit bad? And it wasn't bad because I'd done anything. I just weren't on the electoral roll. I didn't have credit cards back then. I didn't get my first credit card to 21. I only had, I think I had phone contracts, my Sky bill, stuff like that. That's all that was coming out of my account. So it's not really building anything. So first things first, open an account with Experian is free, or Credit Karma, whichever one of these free ones. That's the first step. Check your score. Next, if you can apply for a credit building credit card, if you're over the age of 18, apply for it. If you already got good, after you check your score, you might even have good credit. Get whatever credit card, after you've done your research, not financial advice, suits, your credit limit, the way you're going to use it, as in you might use a credit card to buy your rail card for the year. It might be a £2,000 rail card, and you need an interest-free credit card to pay off £200 a month. You can do that, and that will, if you're doing that, that will increase your credit score so much. Like just the regular payments on the credit card. So regular payments on the credit card, anything you have that's a direct debit, try and get into your own account. So if you was a teenager and it was in your mum's account, try and get into your own account. You can use Experian Boost. It's a free feature on Experian that will maybe give you an extra 10 points. What else can you do? Just creating good financial habits. So always paying your bills on time. If you get, reminders that you haven't paid this, you haven't paid that, just make sure you pay them as soon as possible. The longer you leave it, the more chance you have of getting county court judgments and stuff like that. Once you have one of them,
that's long.
That's all long, yeah. So keep on top of your bills, make sure you do regular repayments, and just utilize your credit. So credit utilization is something people don't really talk about. You might have 2 credit cards. Each limit is £5,000 each. If you're only using £100, that's not good credit utilization. Like you need to maybe be using a couple hundred. So if you have credit cards, actually use them. Basically, actually use them, but pay them off as well.
For sure, man. But yeah, Jay, it was great having you on. It's great to just give the gems to the audience. If you can finally just give 1 or 2 tips for anyone looking to build a brand or build a business on social media.
Okay, if you're trying to build a brand, build a business, be creative. You don't have to follow what everyone else is doing. Some of the best brands I saw being built last year, they've done something completely different to everyone else. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there, be creative, and utilize the free platforms. They're free for everyone to use. There's no barrier to entry. As long as you've got an iPhone or an Android, you can jump on it. So don't let anything stop you.
You already know, man. Let's get it.
I appreciate it.
You already know. It's Pokey Banks, baby.
I'm broke, baby.
Let's get it.